thing is that there was one set where he pulled out the Kazuya Mishima, so we might see a Kazuya in this run, but I think he's pulling out the Roy. Yeah, that's his main. So we're gonna proceed right now to the first game, which is of course in Pokemon Stadium, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be bottom check if I'm not mistaken. No, I think we're gonna start the game. Game 1 in Pokemon Stadium. All right.
Yeah, they're just taking their time in this pseudo-neutral in which Swain cannot approach because Chick is just throwing lasers at him. And as you can tell, the laser is going to be a super important tool in this match because, well, Swain, he has the mobility, but he also they chose Pokemon Stadium too, so it's a bit of a longer ground. Chick is going to have to, well, it's going to have some advantages in covering that ground with the lasers, especially Falco lasers, because they stun you. And here we go, that's the classic combo game 2 from Falco. This should be an easy game in terms of edge guarding as well, but it seems like Chick kind of miscalculated at first. He gets a lot of damage because of it.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it's gonna be a game based on edge guarding. So the most important part in this neutral is to consider the options you're making and take advantage of your options and to be able to edge guard. But Chick made a huge mistake there, but he was able to brush that off. You didn't see anything, you know. I'm just gonna take this stock with no problem. You didn't see that SD. Nothing happened.
No problem here. I'm just gonna keep on playing. And by the way, I just love how Chick goes for that grab as a punish out of shield, because a lot of people would just whip out the grab, right? But Chick actually walked a little bit forward. He knows this matchup inside and out because he knows how long Roy is in
it shows
that move. And here we go.
Shows.
That's a 0 to death. These two play a lot together because they're both kind of like the Warlock fighters. Child prodigies, I'm gonna call them that. I mean, they both arrived at pretty much the same time, and they have both been getting some solid results, so they do know each other quite well, but it seems like Chick has the execution down a little better.
Yeah, you know, as you mentioned, you know, they play the same. Ooh, that was a nice jab to force smash, the easy conversion that was able to seal steal and at a low percentage. You know, he was like at 90%, so it helped him with no problem, and that is giving the momentum to seal the stock. And how long did it take to take that third stock? I think it took like 10 seconds if I'm not mistaken. It was a fast stock. And yeah, and as you mentioned, you know, they are crew buddies, you know, representing the same crew, Warlock Fire. So yeah, there's no mistake that they know each other very well, and it shows that due to the options that they make, as you mentioned, you know, with Chick's options out of shield, you know, proves to be very effective because of his knowledge in this match, especially with Swain. And then we see right now the second game, a counter pick to Town and City, which is interesting because normally it's important to have a very extensive stage, just as Pokemon Stadium. But now we see a different stage. It's such a Smash, which is a smaller stage. So this could prove to be a nice counter pick, as you see right now, out of nowhere. Chick doing his magic, you know, extending the combos with no problem, all the way to 94% in a fast pace. But you know, Roy is a very strong sword character. I consider Roy, apart from Ike, one of the strong sword characters in the game. So this could seal the deal with no problem. As I mentioned, yeah, there we go. The side B is all it takes to seal the second stock.
Yes,
With the first stock, I mean, yeah.
Well, side B is also quite possibly Swain's favorite kill move in general. He always gets some solid stocks with side B, and now Chicky gets another one with back here, so I could call that his favorite kill move. They both have this kind of signature move, and as you can see, Swain also uses the side B as a spacing tool, or at least a preemptive tool. He knows that players might approach him horizontally, so look at that. He goes for just the first two hits of side B, then he draws back, or just the first one, I don't know, but it's a very quick swing that's going to lead into a lot of another stock take.
Oh, another one.
From reading the roll in, you cannot roll in against Swain.
Yeah, you cannot roll in front of him because he's gonna read it with no problem. Swain, Roy has the one of the strongest S matches in the game, so it's obvious that he's gonna look for that option to seal stock with no problem. And also, as you mentioned, Roy's options are very safe when it comes to like side B. The side B is Roy's favorite move. Well, mostly because Swain uses it a lot, as you mentioned, and yeah, he has the huge spacing tools and options to cover the character's options you see right now. Because Roy is a very fast-paced character. Ooh. I thought he was gonna like grab it with the magnet hands, but it wasn't the case. And Swain taking this game 2-0 in a very fast pace set. And they both know each other. And Cheek, he played that set very well, but Roy can just win you in neutral in a fast pace, and we saw it in this game. So either way, good set between both of them, and we'll see Chick being sent to the losers bracket. And based on his gameplay, and his runs, he can potentially make a very good run, possibly to top 8, and this could be very crucial because, as you mentioned, all these weeklies are very important to participate in because as you mentioned, for first place